Thank you, Chandler. Breaking overnight, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich is back home after President Trump commuted his 14-year prison sentence.
He was serving time for extortion, bribery, as well as political corruption. Eyewitness News reporter Jan Carabeo joining us live in studio with all the details. Jan.
Jim and Janelle, Rod Blagojevich says this all came as a surprise to him. He says it was actually his fellow inmates who first saw President Trump speaking on the news about this and then relayed the message to him that his sentence had been commuted. Now, the former lawmaker says he wants to fight what he calls a corrupt criminal justice system.
Rod Blagojevich walked up the steps to his Chicago home overnight for the first time in almost 8 years.
I want to kiss my wife and my daughters, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
The former Illinois governor was serving time in a Colorado prison for trying to sell President Obama's vacant Senate seat to the highest bidder. He thanked President Trump for shortening his 14-year sentence.
He didn't have to do this. He's a Republican president. I was a Democratic governor. And my fellow Democrats don't treat him very good.
The now 63-year-old has crossed paths with President Trump before.
Rod, you're fired.
On Celebrity Apprentice. Blagojevich has always maintained he broke no laws, and now he says the plan is to fight for others wrongly convicted.
I'm going to fight against the corrupt criminal justice system that all too often persecutes and prosecutes people who did nothing wrong.
Meantime, the president also pardoned former New York Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik, who served just over 3 years for tax fraud and lying to the White House while being interviewed to be Homeland Security Secretary. The president also granted clemency to financier Michael Milken, who served 2 years in prison in the early 90s after pleading guilty to violating U.S. security laws.
I really rely on the recommendations of people that know them.
And President Trump has yet to rule out a pardon for Roger Stone, who's expected to be sentenced on Thursday, as well as former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who is asked to withdraw his guilty plea.
Back to Blagojevich now. President Trump noted that he had seen Blagojevich's wife, Patty, argue for his release on Fox News. Patty went on a media blitz back in 2018 to encourage President Trump to step in, both praising the president and likening the investigation of her husband to Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller's probe into the Russian meddling in 2016's election. Jim and Janelle, back to you.